about last week. Last week, we talked about things that grow, and you were able to work with a parent to plant your own bean or flower. Let's take a minute to see who sent me pictures. Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row. I see Jaden and Johanna. They are planting their flowers. I see Madison, who is planting her flowers as well. And look, Madison Brown's flower is already sprouting. Messiah used the Ziploc method to plant his beans. And Princess, she also planted her beans. We also have Madison Davis, who also planted her beans. Thank you guys for sending me those beautiful, beautiful pictures. I also wanted to share with you the beans that I planted. Here is the paper towel method. As you can see, my beans have begun to sprout as well. You can see the roots beginning to grow. And here is the cup method, where I use a cup, soil, water, and beans. This plant has not begun to sprout. It may need a little more water and more sunlight. This week we have a new virtual study. Our virtual study for this week is Where the Wild Things Are. Do you know where the wild things are? You're right. They're in the jungle. Let's see if we can spell the word jungle together. When I point to the letter, I want you to say each letter as loud as you can. Jungle spells jungle. Wild animals live in the jungle. Today, we have a question of the day. Question of the day. What do you know about the jungle? One thing that I know about the jungle is that a lot of animals live there. Today, I will read you a story called Rumble in the Jungle. In the story, you will be introduced to different types of animals that live in the jungle. Let's listen to the story. Rumble in the Jungle. There's a rumble in the jungle. There's a whisper in the trees. The animals are waking up and rustling the leaves. The hippo's at the waterhole. The leopard's in his lair. The chimpanzees are chattering and swinging everywhere. Some animals are frightening and some are sweet and kind. So let's go to the jungle now and see who we can find. Chimpanzee. It's great to be a chimpanzee swinging through the trees. And if we can't find nuts to eat, we'll munch each other's fleas. Roar! Lion. The lion's the king of the jungle. Just listen how loudly he roars. Every animal quivers and shudders and shivers as soon as he opens his jaws. Elephant. It's great to be an elephant, all big and fat and round, and wander through the jungle just elfing around. Zebra. I could I could have been gray like a donkey or brown like my cousin the mule, but instead I've got stripes, which my lady friend likes, as they make me look handsome and cool. Snake. The boa constrictor's a slippery snake who slithers and slides around his tree. And when tasty animals wander too close, he squashes them slowly for tea. Giraffe. Some animals laugh at the gangly giraffe, but I hold my head up and feel proud. I really don't care when my head's in the air and my cheeks getting kissed by a cloud. Hippopotamus. Hello, I'm a big happy hippo. I sleep in the sun to get hot. And when I'm not sleeping, I mooch in the mud, which hippos like doing a lot. Crocodile. When animals come to the river to drink, I watch for a minute or two. It's such a delight to behold such a sight that I can't resist chomping a few. Rhinoceros. The ravenous rhino is big, strong, and tough, but his skin is all baggy and flappy, which means that there's plenty of room for his lunch, and that makes him terribly happy. Gazelle. No one can run half as quickly as me, the galloping, gorgeous gazelle. I can leap up so high that my horns touch the sky, and I'm awfully pretty as well. Gorilla. The gorilla is big, black, and hairy, and the things that he likes to do best is to look all ferocious and scary and wallop his giant great chest. Leopard. If you meet a hungry leopard prowling through the night, make sure you call him sir and be incredibly polite. Tiger. Beware of the terrible tiger. You don't always know when he's near, but his eyes shine like lights through the blackest of nights, and his growl makes you tremble with fear. The night has started falling, but the jungle never sleeps. The vulture circles slowly while the leopard softly creeps. And if you listen quietly, you might just hear the growl of a hungry pair of panthers who are still out on the prowl. The lions and their little cubs are sleeping in their den, so let's leave them till tomorrow when we'll visit them again. The end. I wonder which jungle animal was your favorite. In the story of Rumble in the Jungle, there were a lot of advanced words. Let's explore some of those words. The first word was whisper. What do you think it means to whisper? Whisper means to talk very softly. Munch. Remember in the story when the chimpanzees said they would munch on each other's fleas? What do you think that meant? You're right. Munch means to chew or eat. Quiver. In the story, the other animals quivered when the lion roared. To quiver means to tremble or to be scared. Rustling. Rustling means making a soft, muffled crackling sound like that caused by the movement of dry leaves. In the story, it said The rustling of the leaves. The leaves were rustling. That means they were making a soft, crackling sound. Waterhole. Waterhole is where animals regularly drink from. A waterhole is where animals regularly drink. You see the lion and the zebra? They are drinking from the waterhole. Parents, now you may pause and ask questions from the book. Another thing that I know about the jungle is that the jungle has 4 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 layers in the jungle. Let's learn about the 4 layers of the jungle. The jungle has 4 layers. The first layer is the emergent layer. The second layer is the canopy layer. The third layer is the understory layer. And the fourth layer is the forest floor. The first layer of the jungle is the emergent layer. The emergent layer is at the very top of the tallest trees. This is where you will find birds and bats and butterflies. The second layer of the jungle is called the canopy layer. The canopy layer is where the shorter trees are. This is where you would find toucans and monkeys. The third layer is called the understory layer. In the understory layer, you will see tree trunks and branches. Here you will find snakes and red-eyed tree frogs. And the fourth layer of the jungle is called the forest floor, also known as the ground in the jungle. It is where heavier animals are found and some insects. Animals such as jaguars, cheetahs, elephants, and tigers. Oh, and even little tiny ants. These are the 4 layers of the jungle. Emergent layer, canopy layer, the understory layer, and the forest floor. Okay guys, let's have some fun. Let's take a virtual tour through the jungle to see what kind of animals we will meet. You and your family can make a pair of binoculars. Binoculars are things that we use to see things that are far away. And the way that you can do that, you can use 2 toilet paper rolls and tape them together, or you can get really creative like Miss McDuffie did and use a sheet of paper. I took 1 sheet of paper, I tore it in half, I rolled it together and taped them together. Now I can put them to my eyes and they will help me see the animals in the jungle. Are you ready? Here we go. That is the end of this week's virtual study. I can't wait to talk to you guys so you can tell me and you can name some of the animals that you saw in the jungle. And like always, I would like to end our video with some classroom memories. See you guys next time.